Good day, everyone. This is Richard C. Fang. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about competitive advantage as it relates to Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology. The first thing I want to talk about is the history of Spartan. They got a very rich history, very old history, and that's something that definitely needs to be looked at. We're going to be talking a little bit about competitive advantage as what it actually is, what it means, how it applies to Spartan College, and what Spartan College can do to improve their competitive advantage compared to where they are at currently. Spartan College actually got its start back as Spartan Aircraft Company back in before 1928. The date was disputed a little bit as far as when they actually got started, but started with W.G. Skelly, and he wanted to build airplanes. He had a couple ideas. The first one is pictured here to the right. That's the Spartan C3, three-passenger aircraft, radial engine, biplane, beautiful aircraft. There's a few of them still out there today, but they also built the Spartan Executive, more of a business class, all-metal construction, five-passenger. A lot of really cool features to it. They built the Zeus, which never went into production, the NP-1, which George Bush Sr. actually trained on while he was in the Navy. They built the C2 and the C4 as well, just a couple smaller airplanes. And they started in 1928 as Spartan School of Aeronautics, and they started with training pilots and technicians. They looked at the emerging industry and said, hey, you know what? We really need to get in on this. This is going to be a big thing. And so they started training people, did a lot of work with the British Royal Air Force. And that was all the way back into the 30s and 40s. Since then, they have expanded not only in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they've expanded to Los Angeles, California, Riverside, California, Denver, Colorado, and they're actually now opening up Spartan in Iraq, Spartan Air Academy, doing flight training and maintenance training, to train up the Iraqi military. Competitive advantage is what really sets a company apart. It's what makes them different than another company. So if you have two apples, what makes them really different than each other? Is one sweeter? Is one a little bit more tart? What are the real differences? I mean, both of them are going to fill you up, but what makes one more preferable to the other? So can one company charge a higher price based on the value that they have with their product, or is a different company a better choice because it's really the same thing and it's at a lower cost? So those are some things that competitive advantage looks at. A couple of different things like differentiation. So what makes that company different? What sets them apart from anybody else? What do they have that nobody else has? Cost leadership, that would be looking at, okay, we want to be able to provide our product or our service at the lowest possible cost where we're still making a profit, but we're not breaking the bank for the customers. So a couple different things. What really comes into play with that? Spartan College has quite a few things going for them. They have a very respected name. They've been in the industry for 90 years this year. They actually just threw their 90th anniversary party weekends ago. And over that time, they have grown relationships with so many different companies. Everybody in aviation, if they didn't go to Spartan, they know somebody who did, and they've at least heard of it. And the instructors that they have there, a lot of the instructors, they don't just hire anybody. They have to have years of experience out there in the industry performing, whether it's being pilots, being maintenance technicians, avionics technicians, non-destructive inspectors. The Denver campus has HVAC. So several different things that they take a look at with the instructors. Years of experience, the licensing and ratings that they have, the proficiency of doing it. In addition, of course, do they have the capacity to teach those things? The biggest thing that Spartan College, is known for is their job placements. In 2018, the numbers are out. They placed 78% of their students or graduates in jobs. So, not McDonald's, not anywhere, unrelated to what their field of study is. Careers in the industry based on the education that they earned there. They graduated 68% of the student population overall in 2018. So really good numbers. Their accrediting commission of career schools and colleges, The ACCSC is very happy with the numbers. They actually exceed their numbers by quite a bit. So some improvements that Spartan can really work on. Their facilities are a little outdated. They're old. They're not bright and shiny. And for the premium price tag that is paid to attend there for the reputation, the job placement, and so forth, the facilities don't necessarily reflect that prestige of the reputation. The equipment inside, some of it's dated, and it could be updated. More modern systems, particularly avionics systems, because those are always changing. Recurring training for instructors, for staff members is very essential. We're living in a time now where there are so many different changes, not only economically, but within the aviation industry itself, which Spartan College serves directly, that are at Spartan on top of that need to be aware of it, need to be able to act on it, and impart that on the students as they really know what to expect when they get out there. The benefit of having experienced instructors, typically they stick around a while, and with that, they may not know of some of the latest changes unless they're doing the research on their own. So having recurrent training for the employees can really be a benefit. It also allows for the ability to maintain compliance within the organization, so that they know what they can do, what they can't do. Training seminars on changing policies within the government, and many other factors. Training up your employees on those things it's just essential. You have to do that because the employees have to know where they actually stand and what they can. That is a big thing, and plus, it just makes them better employees when they feel that they're being instilled with knowledge and information. When they feel valued, they're going to be better employees. That's just a fact. Participating in local events is something else that Spartan really could do to increase their competitive advantage. Spartan used to have a huge name in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where again they were founded, and it's trailed off quite a bit because they became much less involved. They started looking external of Oklahoma, started trying to bring people here rather than being involved with the community and reaching out here in Tulsa. So if they were to participate in blood drives, if they were to participate in stuff like Habitat for Humanity, sponsoring different events, those things are something that is looked at in a huge way by they love social responsibility, and they like to spend their money in places where the company is looking at it, as, hey, we need to take care of our area. We need to do, right things. We need to do good things. We need to be philanthropic, if you will. And so with that, getting involved, not only it's a good thing to do, but from a business standpoint, it's a great marketing campaign. Hey, we're out at the American Red Cross Function X, helping with the blood drive, or we sponsored this event here, and so forth and so on. So those kinds of things can be really huge and can give a major competitive advantage over another company, because not only are you being seen, but you're being seen doing something that is a credit to society. They should do, and it could really set them apart in a big way. There's management tools can certainly want to be instead of where they're at now. You could definitely, make a lot of improvements that could really help the industry. There's a lot of need out there right now with a lot of people retiring, and so there's a need for a lot more technicians, pilots, and so forth. And Spartan could be an even bigger part of that, bigger than they already are, just by tweaking a few things, making some improvements, and getting out there and being seen. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Have a great day.